Okay, part two. Now, since I get asked this question, I'm sure a lot of you get asked this question. And basically why I'm doing this video is I'm looking for a possibility of video responses. Whatever you guys, whatever kind of input that you might have as towards, why you guys collect knives. I know why a lot of you do it. It's because it's somewhat an addiction that's kind of grown inside of you. And I know a lot of you are out searching for that one perfect knife that just suits you perfectly. I've found several that I'm very happy with. I doubt that I'm going to find some that suit me better than, one of the customs that I've had, as well as my Chris Reeves. This thing is perfect for me as far as an everyday EDC. I love the Spyderco paramilitary too. Chris Reeves knives, I mean, they're flawless. I mean, there's nothing extra that you can ask. My Strider is an excellent defensive tool for me. But, what are your guys' hobbies? I mean, have you guys ever gotten into any other kind of collecting where it just didn't seem to really go anywhere and you just kind of quit? A lot of people really don't understand knife collectors, and they really don't, and it really kind of upsets me as towards why they don't understand. My roommate doesn't understand. He can throw $40,000 into a rock crawler that's been sitting in our front yard for the last, year and a half since he's gotten it completed, and hasn't moved other than maybe driving up and down the street every so often. But, that's something that made him happy. But he doesn't understand something that makes me happy. And he knows that I can't save money. So it's like, that's just a compromise that I think that even though he still sees it, he still doesn't understand it. Now I really, it's hard pressed for me to say that to him about the fact that, dude, you spent $40,000 on a truck that you have had sitting in the front yard for a year and a half, and yet you've tried selling it for 21,000. That didn't work over. You tried selling it for 13,000, and that didn't work over. But yet, me collecting knives is, I don't know. Sorry if it comes out the wrong way, but I'm a little just pressed on that one. Also, another reason why I've gotten into these knives, and I know I'm kind of bouncing around, I'm sorry for that, but another reason why I've gotten away from high ends, I know I was going towards customs. When you get into the higher echelon of customs, okay, I haven't hit the high echelon of customs, but I mean, I've seen some of them. And I sat there for the last 4 to 5 months watching a guy that had some absolutely beautiful knives made by some of the top art knife makers in the world, and on blade forums, on other forums, through, custom knife, companies that are purchasing these items whenever they can find them. He's finding it very hard pressed to sell these items. Okay, because I mean they're in the, anywhere in between 1,000 all the way up to $15,000 knives. Now, when you see something like that, it's hard to get somebody that's willing to pay $300 for a knife. Okay, $400 for a particular knife. But for something like a Chris Reeves, now, this one most guys are selling right now for 400 bucks, just because it's the regular, it's the old school, and guys that are getting into Chris Reeves knives just now are finding that they would like to have a regular, just to add it to their Chris Reeves collection. Now, I could sell this probably tomorrow, being a left-handed, for $300. Yeah, I've done a mod to it, but still, there's got to be a lefty out there that's willing to pay $300 for this knife. lot. In fact, I know a couple of the guys on the forums that would be willing to pay $300 no problem in a heartbeat for it, just because they have that kind of money sitting around. But these types of knives, okay, you throw something like this onto eBay, and was I to remove the rust, remove the patina, clear up those scratches, and polish the bolsters as well as the back springs on this and the blades, will definitely bring me my return plus an extra value. With custom knives, okay, there's a lot of ups and downs with custom knives. Depending upon the maker, you're going to be looking at the possibility of making money. You know, Todd Davidson, he's a custom slip joint maker, and his knives are perfect. I mean, like Tony Bowes, they're perfect. I've never handled one, but everybody says they are the best out there for the price. That, you know, his custom slip joints are as well as Tony Bowes. You get into custom tactical knives. You get into an let's say Ernie Emerson. Now, are Ernie Emerson's customs over his regular knives, you know, that superior to his regular knives that they're deserving $1,100? Maybe not to me, but maybe to another collector they are. Now, it's very hard to get an Ernie Emerson. I've heard that you have to wait, you know, possibility of years if you get on his list for a custom knife. So yeah, depending upon the collector, it's a possibility. But let's just say that you manage to come across an Ernie Emerson custom and you're willing to pay that price. Are you going to make your return on that, you know, if you ever have to? Now, I just saw a mistake done by somebody the other day. Somebody had taken one of his older original customs, and I mean, it was a nice one. It was very, very nice, and they put it up on eBay. Concerning the fact that they may have, I doubt it, they may have put it on Blade forums, they may have put it on Jersey Devils, or, you know, any one of the other ones that are out there. They may have put it up there and didn't get the price that they're looking for. Now, I've seen a lot of Ernie Emersons go on eBay for the price that they're worth, but this one the other day went for $700. So whoever had that Ernie Emerson probably lost anywhere in between $400 to $700 to probably even $1,000 on that knife, depending upon its value. I'm not a collector of Ernie Emersons, but that's the chance that you're taking by one selling on eBay. Good friend of mine, Brad, put up a Tony Bowes. He put up a Tony Bowes custom slip joint that he personally himself, I believe, ended up paying, I think it was $1,700 to $1,800 for. He put it up on eBay because he did have it up on the forums for sale for several months and couldn't sell it. So he tried eBay, and he actually lost several $100s on, you know, his purchase of a Tony Bowes. I think he made maybe just under $1,000 for it. So those are the chances that you're taking. Now, by me purchasing a lot of lower end ones, that's a chance that I'm taking, because I could possibly lose money by putting it up on eBay. But if I invest a little bit of time and effort into them, turn it into a hobby that I know I'll enjoy, and everything else, now my time and effort may come around and be, you know, it may be worth it, but it may not. I don't know for sure. But the likelihood of me taking this, polishing it up, and cleaning it all up, and attempting for at least maybe a couple of weeks on Blade forums, the odds are pretty high that I'm going to make a return on my investment, if not maybe more. eBay is always just kind of a toss-up. You know, I can honestly tell y'all that eBay is definitely a toss-up. I have seen days where there are multiple super high-end, old, rare knives that are all getting bid on the exact same day that some of these lower end ones. Now this one's not super low, but it's definitely not in the echelon of $1,000 to $2,000, you know, old slip joint. But because those guys are all bidding on those, they kind of take their eyes off of a knife that's worth 200 bucks. So to them, that $200 can get them $200 closer towards bidding towards a knife that's worth $1,000 or $1,500 or something, you know, such and such along those lines. So I happen to come across this at a better price than what it would have been if those guys that are constantly buying these on a regular basis are looking at all those lower end ones. So you just got to find the right time. You got to know the right time when to be buying these. And that's what I'm constantly doing. I'm constantly watching all the forums and looking for spectacular deals on certain knives. That's why I started stepping into Remingtons and George Westholmes and Winchesters and stuff like that, is because they're old, they're rare, and they're hard to find. And when people come across them, they want to add them to a collection. Now you got a lot of knife guys that are out there that are just, they're turning these, like, you know, that's all they do, is they turn knives. And their eBay, you know, that's their job all day long, is eBay, eBay, eBay. And they just sit there and they'll purchase a knife and rotate it, they'll turn it. And the only thing that they're turning is a small little profit. It's almost like, you know, Walmart. You know, you going into Walmart and you're taking a knife that you paid $60 for and you're hoping to get 61. Now you have your ups and downs, because depending upon the market at the time, you could actually take a huge loss, especially if nobody notices it or accidentally punches. If, to say, you punch in the name missing a couple of letters, this won't show up. So Remington, if you accidentally mistype it, and I've done this multiple times typing in Remington, I've missed not typing in a G. Okay, it's very simple to do, and without that G in there, Remington may not come across as somebody types in Remington all the way. This may not pop up unless if you checked all the Remington things that may be out there. So it's just kind of a toss-up. But that's primarily why I've gotten into these guys. That's why I'm buying them up as much as I can, is because the ones that I'm coming across, I'm generally coming across in a deal that I think is good. Plus, you know, a lot of them are really cool. This blade style is very old, and I don't know if you guys noticed, this is kind of particularly one reason why I pulled this out. But the blade styles are somewhat similar. Now my other knife, can't remember, my Moose, has this very similar blade style. So just something to think about. I mean, a lot of the makers nowadays go off of the old style blades just because they're very cool and they're different than what all the newer styles are these days. So that's just part of my thing. Just for a better explanation for somebody who asks, I can throw this video at them, say go home and watch it. But you know, if you guys want to do a video response to this, that'd be cool. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts as well, you know, just because it'd be nice to have some other input that maybe I missed, that I've thought about before but didn't toss in. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Love to hear your feedback, and you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching.